In this video, we're gonna go over how to replace the battery in your My First mini electric dirt bike or motorcycle. This tutorial worked for either model. All right, now before we begin in taking out the battery, really, we're gonna take off this foot plate. It's gonna make it easier to get some of these lower screws. So for that, you're gonna flip this bad boy around. All right, once it's flipped over, you got two bolts here. You can get these out using a 5mm Allen key. So using that, perfect, move that. And I do wanna I wanna mention, you wanna be mindful of how you're organizing your screws. There is a lot, and there's a lot of different sizes. So stay organized on your screws, know where they go back. It'll just help you in the long run. All right, now that we got that off, let's go ahead and flip this back over and start taking out these screws. So starting on the side with the charging port here, you're gonna notice you've got a few bolt slots. We're gonna go ahead and start. You'll need a 3mm Allen key for this. So all these bolts here take a 3mm Allen key. Let's go ahead and get started. All right, so now that we've got all the Allen key ones out on this side, there is just one remaining screwdriver one using a smaller Phillips or a flathead. All right, so we're just gonna unscrew the small screw here. Looks like mine's already pretty loose. All right, so now that we've got all the screws out, there's again 8 screws on this side. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now that we got those screws removed, we're gonna flip this around and take out the screws on the other side. Again, maintaining that organization so we know exactly where the screws go back when we're ready to put this all back together. Now we're on the power side here. You got your power switch. We're gonna be removing the screws on this side as well. On this one, it should be 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So let's go ahead and get started on this side. All right, so we'll go ahead and get this last screw here. And kablam. Let's go ahead and remove each side, exposing the battery and the motor and the electrical components. All right, so once you see the battery here, there's only one thing you need to disconnect. So if you follow some of these wires here, yours might be in a different spot, but it's this yellow cord. Yours might be wrapped in black electrical tape, so you will need to cut that first. Once that's done and you remove this black electrical tape, you're just gonna disconnect the battery. So now your battery is completely disconnected. All right, so once you've got the battery disconnected, you're gonna see a latch here that's holding those batteries neatly in place. All right, so now with this latch here, we need to unlatch it to remove the batteries. This might take a little bit of force like that. Perfect. And then now we can take off the old battery like so. I'm gonna go ahead and swap this out for my new battery. All right, so now that we've got our new battery, we're gonna go ahead and place the battery in here. All right, so the best way to do this, so, you know, with the battery and the glue that it has on that side, you've got a little bit more space down here. So I put them in like this, one at a time here. Get that in snug. And then we'll do the next battery right on top. Perfect. It should fit very snug. So just like that. All right, once you've got the battery in place, so then we're gonna take our latch, and there's a latch at the bottom, latch on the top here. So we're gonna go ahead and attach the top portion like such. All right, now that the battery is in, we're gonna reconnect these two prongs like so. And then let's go ahead and just test it out and make sure the battery is plugged in correctly. You should see a green light come on just when you press the power button. That lets you know it's live and good to go. So we'll go ahead, turn that back off, and we're gonna reassemble. So now we're just putting this back together. So You know, try to make sure the cords are tucked and that we're not hitting anything. These two up here, you kind of want tucked in front like that, hugging against the metal, and just kind of find where it aligns and sits into place. So I kind of line the hole up there. Once we do, we're gonna just start with our screw again. We kept it organized, and now we'll make it easier. So go ahead and tighten these, like so. All right, perfect. So now we're gonna do the same thing with this side here. Tuck the cord in nice. Find where it lines up, like so. And we'll begin to tighten. All right, so go ahead and get that in perfect, like so. Got it. All right, now we got all our screws in. We're gonna go ahead and flip it upside down, get our foot plate on, and you're almost ready to get back to rolling. All right, now, last step before we get you back out and riding, let's go ahead and reattach your foot plate here. Now, just so we go over the correct orientation, the bolt end should go towards the back of the bike. So when you place this on, these should fold away from the rider's legs. So you don't want, if they slip it, or if they slip and hit it, you don't want it to fold up and hit the calf, so it should not. This is the incorrect way. You don't want it to bend forward. You want it to bend backwards. So a good way to indicate that, the end of the bolt should face back of the bike. Your Allen key front should face the front of the bike. So now that we know the orientation, let's go ahead and reassemble it. Go ahead and put your plate back on with the bolts attached. I like to hand tighten initially. Just get them into place, and then we're gonna go ahead and securely fasten with our 5mm Allen key. See, it won't take much to get it tight. All right, and just like that, calabinga. All right, and that is how you replace the battery on the My First mini electric dirt bike or motorcycle. Now that we've done that, she's ready to ride.